Hey everybody, John Grimsmo here, and welcome back to another Knife Making Tuesday. Today I've just got a quick little episode for you, just some update stuff. Today's Friday, so it's been a week since my super long day last Friday where I got to make the handle. And I had big intentions for this week, but honestly I accomplished this much integral progress because the whole week was consumed with the day-to-day operations of our growing company, but also with the Speedio. So I'm going to update you on kind of what happened this week with the Speedio and what the plans are for the near future and what my next steps are for this integral build. So first of all, for the Speedio, the whole plan of buying the Speedio was to tie it to this machine right here. It's the Aroa ERC80 pallet changer next to our Kern right here, 5-axis machine. So right now the Aroa has all of these pallets. So we got Norseman handles, Rask handles, etc., etc. This pallet changer can lift up a whole vise or a tombstone or whatever and put it in the Kern, machine parts, do it again and again and again and again. I want to have the same thing go over to the Speedio. So this vision has been in my head for 2 years now, and finally this week it is complete. The install is fully complete. And I have watched it pallet change. I have a picture I'll show you guys right now. I don't actually have a video of it yet, but yeah, that was a massive amount of work. I had 2 technicians in for 2 whole days this week to wrap that up. I did a super long overnight to wrap that up. It was crazy. But it's done. Well, it's almost done. Their work is done. It functions. Let me show you what is left. So basically, those doors open up. These are custom made. I should have had it made taller. It wasn't tall enough. So before I had the receiving chuck on a 2-inch thick adapter like that, and it didn't clear, so I had to machine that adapter down from 2 inches down to ½ an inch. That was easier than making a new one, was to just modify this one. And then the last thing I'm doing right now is I'm clearancing a little drain groove so that any junk that gets inside flushes down. So I'm finishing that up right now. And then we will reinstall this chuck right here, which is an MX brand Aroa chuck. And it's quite heavy. So this is pneumatically operated. The balls, there's a sleeve inside that goes down, the balls open up, and then a pull stud like this gets received by that. And it's really cool how they locate, actually, because this is a spring-loaded plate with some clearance on the bottom. So as it clamps down, this is a compliant mechanism and it flexes. So that little rectangle goes against these little pyramids, and since you have 4 of them, it self-locates, and these are compliant. So it basically, as the pull stud gets pulled down until these 4 pads hit the ground surfaces, these deform out of the way until these hit perfectly, and then you're rotationally aligned and you're secure and you're super awesome. So we're mounting this thing onto there. Since I shortened the plate, I had to do it up here on a vise. Now that it's bolted down, I had to deck it with this super long tool so that it's, you know, coplanar with the travel table, all that stuff. And then we'll mount it back up. We'll tram it so that it's square to the machine travel, probe it for XYZ again, and then the robot will change. So anyway, that was the week. Crazy huge week. We will be making integral blades on this machine, probably a combination of the 2 machines for a little bit, but eventually fully on the Speedio, I believe, soft blades and then hard blades, the way we grind our blades. I showed that in last week's video briefly, and as we get into it more, I'll show it more and more. But yeah, that's about all I got for you this week. Not a big project week, but there'll be more coming up in the future. Still super stoked with this handle. The feedback's been absolutely amazing. Super excited to get this thing rocking, and I just to have it at home, like in my pocket, and feel it, and take it home and show my kids and show my wife and stuff. And even Clara, my daughter, she's almost 14 now. She's like, "Oh, it's really cool how it's one piece." And then she puts it down and walk away. And I'm like, it was really hard to do that, but thank you. It's nice. So anyway, this is what we're looking at, guys. This is a early prototype. It's made some tweaks since, but Warncliffe blade, 3-inch blade length, integral titanium handle. It's gonna be sick. I'm so excited. It just takes time. The thing, okay, so you want to be a CNC knife maker, right? You want to make knives or products or sunglasses or whatever with CNC machines. You're like, okay, I'll buy some equipment and I'll do it. Literally, the majority of your time is spent building stuff, not the product, the stuff, the fixtures, the tooling. Let me take a quick gander at this. Inside our pallet changer, these tombstones take an incredible amount of work. I had to design that clamp, I had to machine it, I had to machine all of these little relief pockets so that the tool can go below the part, travel around it, drilled holes, threaded holes, parts on this side, rotation, Delrin insert to support the back side of the blade, clearance, everything has to be. This is how we hold the Norseman handles. This is clearance so that we can machine in there. When we press in the detent ball, it has to clear there. Steven signs his name with a $sign so that we know he's the one that installed them, etc., etc. Custom vice jaws. This is really nice. I outline the pattern of the part just ever so slightly deep so that it's, you know, it's a rasp, you know, handles go on this way, not the other way, not upside down. Visual cues are amazing. And it's just literally non-stop tweaking, building, fixturing, designing, improving. I feel like that's the majority of the job, and it's kind of, it's overwhelming, but you know, sometimes you're just like, I just want to make cool stuff. But you got to make the cool stuff to make the cool stuff to make the cool stuff. And a lot of times you can, in a way, buy your way out of that situation, like buying a machine instead of building a machine like I did for my first machine. But that's exchanging time for money, and everybody's got a different equation, and that changes throughout your life and your career, mine too especially. So it's just, it's a lot of work, and it's definitely not just what you think it's going to be going into it. It's the rule of pi. I've been saying that for decades now. It's the rule of pi. It's always going to take 3.14 times more longer than you think it's going to take. It's going to cost that much more, and it's going to be that much more frustrating the whole time. But that's business. That's life. That's having fun. That's making stuff. So it's what, the 25th, 26th today. I hope to have this done by the end of January. It doesn't look like I'm realistically going to hit that, but I will make some good progress within the next week, and I'll be very close. And then early mid-February, I want to have a finished prototype in my hand, done, heat treated, sharpened, done. So over the next few weeks, we'll make some actual traction, some actual progress, and I'll bring you guys along for the journey, because this is a fun part. It's not the, you know, not the late nights of just me designing every now and then on this knife. Like, we get to actually see my ideas and my creativity come to life in a real new product for Grimsmo, and it's super exciting. So I'm glad to bring you guys along, and I'm going home for the weekend. I'm actually gonna sleep this weekend really well. So anyway, I will see you guys next week on the next video. Should have some good action, and thanks for coming along. All right, later, bye.